And we're live. Welcome, welcome to the MumFreedomPreneurs Hangout. I am so excited. We are here today. We've got a full crew of people here across the panel and a very, very, very special guest, Rhonda Swan, the incredible mama herself. And we're just going to quickly go through, everybody in the panel is quickly going to say hi for those of you who don't know who we are. And we're going to lead right into it because this is, in a way, this is kind of a combination. It's part 3. We're doing lessons in disguise, but also Rhonda always has something very, very powerful to share. So make sure you've got your paper out. But before we go any further, I just want to make sure everybody, those of you watching on the live, watching live, like not on the panel, can you just make sure that we've had some tech issues. Want to make sure that you can hear us. Just to do a yes, a yay, a hi. And can somebody go check on the page and just see if everybody's going yes, yes, hi, hi. They can hear us. They can hear us. See us. Greta, can you see or check on the panel? See if check on our page and see if we're getting folks can hear us and see us. All good. Yes, thumbs up. And we got lots of kids going on in the background, so we got a lot of people muted out here. We're the mamas. All good. Thumbs up.
I don't hear. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay, I don't see anybody making any comments yet, but that doesn't. They may just be shy. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I know Terry was
somebody up on right now. Just say yes, you can hear us and see us, or go to the page and hear us. Okay. We're gonna assume that. We're gonna keep going. Think we got it? Okay. Because we're interactive here as well, folks, so you can actually connect with us. We are here. We're going to be checking in on what's going on the page. So somebody hopping out? Okay. I'm Valerie Jampolsky, the MumFreedomPreneur from Abundance Now. I've got twin 5-year-olds. I usually give a naked kid alert because at any moment in time they could come running out here. They love to somehow not keep their clothes on. I do this so I can be at home with my kids and travel, and I'm so excited to be seeing a lot of you, seeing you very, very soon in a few weeks coming up in Nashville. So that is what I do, and that is my world. My eyes, I'm having a little bit of a red eye here, doing a little bit of cleaning in the dust and all of that. Spring cleaning, and it's gotten into my eyes. But showing what's going on with that, I'm going to pass it down the panel here. For me, I'm going to go over to Sarita.
Hello, everybody. Yes, Sarita here. For those that don't know me, I'm in Perth, WA, Western Australia. It's 11 p.m. here, and just super excited to have our unstoppable member here, Rhonda Swan. She's my mentor and dear friend. I've met her quite a few times the past year, and she's been definitely a major part in my success that I've been having the past year. Just super excited to meet her again in 3 weeks in Nashville and spend a whole week with her, and just so excited to hear, some of her golden nuggets. She's actually moving into this dream house for the next couple of months, and I think most people just would die for it to live in. So yeah, she's truly living, and she inspired me to actually start this online business over a year ago, and I've made over 100K in 13 months, and I never made that kind of money online or offline, just being a stay-at-home mom with 2 kids, a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. So, anything is possible, and I just want to thank Rhonda just for inspiring me to take charge and saying, enough is enough, and I can do this too, and inspiring me to take action. And this woman is truly unstoppable, and I can't wait to hear share her golden nuggets with us today. So yeah, I pass the baton to Greta.
Greta.
Hey. Oh, so excited to be here. You guys can hear me, right? Just making sure. Yeah, great. Awesome. Yes, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Greta Campagnolo, and I am the crazy mom of half a dozen kids, and I live on beautiful Vancouver Island in British Columbia, Canada, and I, too, have little ones home with me. I'm a homeschooling mom, and that's another reason why, why I do this and why I've decided to create an income from home online is to be able to really have the freedom to be able to do that, be home, be present with my kids, be able to take them to the park in the middle of the day, take them to the beach. We live right down at the beach, and it's just so amazing. It's been an incredible journey, and you know, for me, it has turned into so much more than I ever had dreamed possible. And it's just changed my life. And being involved with these ladies has been, you know, truly life-changing. And I'm so excited today for Rhonda, you know, to have Rhonda on with us, because I know, you know, there's just something about hearing somebody's story, hearing about where they were, the struggles that they had, or, you know, life transitions, things that have happened in their lives, things that may have come up, and how they were able to overcome any sort of obstacles. And Rhonda has such a powerful story that I know, especially for moms out there, if you're a mom and you're watching with us live or you're watching the replay, make sure that you stick with us and listen to hear her story, because it will inspire you to take action in your life. It will eliminate any fears that you may have or think about anything that you may be going through right now. It will give you that power and that courage to push through and move forward, to take action and do what you have to do to create, you know, your dream lifestyle. That doesn't have to be mine or Rhonda's or Sarita's or Valerie's or any of these beautiful women that you will hear from today. It doesn't have to be that. It can be yours, your dream lifestyle. So yeah, I'm so excited for this hangout, and just happy to be here. So feeling blessed. Thank you.
All right. Pass the baton over. Okay, I'll do it. Let's see. I'm looking over here. I'm going to see next. I'm just going across the board here. Elizabeth. Oh,
okay, can you hear me now?
I hear you now.
Okay, I'm Elizabeth Valerie, so I'm the mom from the Revitalized family. I have 4 extraordinary kids ranging in age from 23 to 10 with cerebral palsy, autism, heart condition, and asthma, and we're just learning to do this and get the hang of this because all these women are so inspiring and so helpful, and we're going to get back to the life that we wanted to be living in the first place. So thanks, and I'll pass it on.
Yes. I'm so excited to be seeing you in Nashville, too. All right, moving on to Fizza. You're up. Well, unmute, hun. Yeah, no. Oh, unmute. You're still muted. You're still muted, hun. Push on the microphone.
Can you hear me now?
Ah, can hear you now. Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, Rhonda. Hello, everyone. I'm Fizza Khan from New South Wales, Australia, and it's 2 a.m. here. But I'm so excited for this hangout to be part of that. And especially, Rhonda, you are here. Last week we had Dee. So it's a great pleasure to see you live. And hope to see you in Bali as well. And just, I'm so excited for this hangout. And I'm from New South Wales, Australia, and I have 9-year-old daughter. She is in year 4. The reason why I am in this network is just to support my husband, because we did not have our holidays for last 7 years together. So yeah, that's why I'm in this network, because this is the quality of this network, to spend time with your with family. And especially my daughter is 9 years old, so she needs my quality time. So that's why, and she's really so excited when she see me at a school gate, that when I went to pick her up, and she was so excited. She is very happy that mom is at home, because before that I used to work on one of the renowned store, but I was not very happy with that, because I did not have a time to spend with my family, especially on weekends. So thank God that I'm blessed, and thanks to Sarita that she showed me that way. And that's why I am with all of you, and I'm so blessed that I'm surrounded with the successful mamas. Love you all.
I love you, Fizza. You may always amaze me. She was the first one, by the way. I put that link up and boom, Fizza was in there. She was the first one in, 2:30 in the morning. All right, moving on, passing it on to Gabrielle.
Hey, thanks, Valerie. And yeah, it's great. Fizza, you're getting off at that time. I struggle at like 11 and 12. So yeah, I'm here in Perth, Australia, and yeah, I've got 2 children, and I've got a little girl and a little boy, and yeah, I started this just to change our lives and just to be able to spend time with them and not have to take them to daycare and not have to, be distracted all the time with other things going on. I just wanted to be present in their lives and not miss a thing, because they just grow so fast. Like, I can't believe my son's 2 in 2 weeks, and I'm just like, where did the time go? Like, he's talking to me, and I'm like, when did he learn to speak? Like, it just happened so fast. So yeah, I'm doing this so I can be home with them and just be the mum that I really want to be. So I'm really excited to be on the panel today. And on the panel sounds like a bit of a TV show. Really excited to be on here and have Rhonda with us. I met Rhonda in Las Vegas in January, and yeah, masterminding with her was pretty awesome. So I'm really excited about what she's going to share with us today. And yeah, I'll pass it on because there's heaps of us. So yeah, let's hear from, let's go with Michelle. Michelle.
Yeah, you're up.
Hi, sorry, croaky voice. Hi, I'm Michelle from New Zealand. It's 4 a.m. or just after 4 a.m. now, and I have 2 boys, aged 6 and 2. And I met Rhonda online, and I decided to do this business because I wanted to be home with my children as well, but also to travel the world. So we're actually leaving New Zealand in 2 weeks' time on a one-way ticket to Thailand. I'm going via Nashville, so kind of the long way around, but we're super excited. So Rhonda, I'm very blessed that you're here because I know how chaotic it is to pack up a house. So we are just in the middle of it right now. So not a lot of sleep going on, so I just really wanted to be here and say hi to everybody before we hit the road, and see you in Nashville. And to the Australians on the panel, I just want to say congratulations on the cricket.
Okay. Okay, we are passing the baton over to another Michelle and Michelle. We got double Michelles.
Mommy, I need to.
Michelle, can you unmute? Michelle Tafoya, you're up, girl. You're up, hon. Are you having trouble?
Okay. Yes. Can you hear me now? Very good. Hi, I'm Michelle Tafoya, the Comfy Mom, and I am so excited for this hangout and to get to see everyone in Nashville. I am also doing this to stay home and have time freedom with my son, and also to pursue my massage therapy practice, which I would like to do more, not for a living, but just to help people. So having this online business and giving me that time freedom to be with my family, as well as provide the gift of massage, and more specifically, because of my history with my mom and what she went through with cancer, I want to focus more on a specialized type of massage therapy for people who are trying to detox from chemotherapy treatments and things like that. So that's really where my heart feels led to go with my massage practice. And I really love the connections with everyone in our tribe here, and not having my mom here with me to connect with as a mom. Everyone here is a blessing to me to have other moms and women to share mom things with, and those things that I would turn to my own mom for, that I have, all of these wonderful moms here to reach out to and get support and encouragement and inspiration from. So there's many facets to this business, but what I've really gained so much from it is just the connections with everybody here and everyone's stories and everyone's inspiration. It's incredible. So I'm happy to be a part of this. It's wonderful.
I'm so excited to have you here too. We have 3 Denises. Sometimes we haven't yet to have all 3 of you on at the same time because we've got you in the States, so we've got Michelle, well, in New Zealand, about to be somewhere else, and then we have Michelle Denise. I know you're watching. You're watching out there. She's on her phone somewhere watching, and she's off and on with us, and she's in the UK. So, shout out there. I'm going to move on. I'm so excited you're here. Passing on over to Renee. Renee. So glad to have you back on. Well, unmute, hon. Unmute. Still muted. Yeah, still muted. Yeah, push the microphone button at the top of the page. That might unmute you. No, I can't hear you, hon. At the top of the page, you see there's like the microphone button. Nope. Yeah.
She may have a problem because I can see that she's unclicking that, so it might be something else.
Yeah, it might be something else. You know what?
She'll have to hop on when she's got.
Yeah, if you figure it out, just hop out and we'll stop and quickly say hi. So, yeah, but so glad you're here. She's yep, problem. She's having a problem. Yep, problem. Okay, so we're gonna pass the baton over to, my goodness. I would actually. Sarita, if you will do the honors.
Wow. Yeah, I just, I'm just so honored to have the Unstoppable Mama here, and we would just love to hear some of your amazing wisdom. I mean, you have been online and in the industry for many, many years, and you're doing so many things. You're truly an unstoppable mama. Not only are you you created this Unstoppable Tribe and this Freedompreneur movement, and then now you're doing all these masterminds, which is like crazy to organize, and they're getting better and better every time I've been. But we would just love to hear some of your wisdom, especially, we're all mums here, and a lot of mums will be here watching and tuning in, and just share maybe a little bit about your story. And like we had the very recent topic of blessings in disguise, maybe one of your biggest blessings in disguise would be really awesome to hear, because we all go through, we go through good times, we go through bad times, but sometimes, the most amazing blessings come from blessings in disguise, and I'd love to hear one of your biggest blessings in disguise.
Well, thank you, ladies, so much. Wow, it's so great to be here. I truly do appreciate it. When I was asked by Val and by Sarita to join you guys, I was just I was honored, of course, because I love every one of you. I feel that every single one of you, I know you personally because I've actually met several of you, of course, in person, and most all of you in the virtual office, I like to call it. And I love to see the stories and what really takes place in the transformation with so many people. Before I do that, I want to share with everyone right now, because everyone's like, oh, they're moving to this new gorgeous house. We're not moving to a horribly, terrible place. We do live in what's called Bocas del Toro. It's like we call New York City. It's the city of our little island, and we hover over the sea. But we have had an opportunity to stay at a remote, beautiful island in my dream house that I think I'll eventually purchase this house after living there for a few months. That's kind of in our works. But it's all about how dreams do come true if you set them out there and you put yourself in a space of allowing. And I think that's something that all you women believe in as well. So I'm not only celebrating an exciting day right now to be here with you and spend the next 40 minutes of really sharing what's become part of my successes, really being an unstoppable mama, and why I've chosen that name, right? Why when you wear something so incredibly powerful, just like a name, you actually own it and you become something different inside of your body. You become different, and I'm going to share with you a bit about that today. But I'm also celebrating, freedom. We Hanale's out for Semana Santa. It's called here. Of course, it's Easter week. If you're, celebrating Christian, and we get to leave today and just we have a boat picking us up. All of our stuff is getting packed, and we're heading out to another island. So there's big celebrations today. So if I could let all you women that are here watching, and some husbands watch too, because sometimes it's really good to get the lady juice, because a lot of times we got a lot more inspiration than you guys may even know, so you can pick up some nuggets. So for the hiding men, welcome to this call, and I'm overly honored to be here with every single one of you. And Sarita, thank you for your inviting welcome, because we did meet Sarita just in February last year, and you never know who and who's going to take something very seriously. You never know those people that are just really going to go for it. And I truly want you to know I didn't realize that Sarita was going to be that one. I just wasn't sure, but I felt something about her, and because she was so tenacious, and she was continually calling me, and right in the beginning, I want to know this, I want to know this, I want to know this. She had a million questions. And when you find someone like that in your life, or especially in your business, you watch them grow. You watch that seed grow, and you water it, and you nourish it. And Sarita, you were like a seed that was already growing. You were like what I call how a bamboo tree grows. And a bamboo tree grows for 5 years underground. And you water it, you take care of it, and it doesn't actually start to sprout until 5 years after letting it be nourished and by taking care of it. And that's something that's the analogy that I use for so many people, especially women in our business. We've got a lot going on. We have children to take care of. We got runny noses. We've got sicknesses. We've got husbands that are babies probably when they're sick, right? Or we've got partners that are not even around us, or we've got jobs. We've got a lot of things to do. So how do we become this unstoppable mama, like I like to call it, and allow ourselves that time to grow? And what I love about what you guys have is you've really given yourself a whole tribe of other women that can assist you in any areas in your businesses, in your life. And to me, that is powerful. And I know that, although I was maybe an inspiration to you, Sarita, these women are who have gotten you to so many higher levels that you probably even knew you had, because you created a foundation, a network, a women's group that you can rely on. And that was part of why I was so intently focusing on building our unstoppable tribe, so that we can create that same space. So now you not only have our unstoppable tribe group, but you've got now this unstoppable, or this mom's freedompreneur group that you can rely on. And for those of you that are watching, this is what you want. This is what will get you to the next day, if it's day by day. This was what will get you to the next month, if it's month by month. And I'm just extremely excited for those of you that are here to be able to not only join this group, but then you'll also be able to join our group. So let me just start a little more about me. So for those of you that may not know me, for those of you that do know me, listen up to the story even more intently, because I want to share with you some situations that have taken place in my life that like Sarita and Val mentioned, that were such a really difficult time, but they turned into the most massive blessing I could ever expect or imagine to have in my life. So don't tune out if you've heard the story before, because every time you hear someone's story, it becomes more and more powerful inside of you, and more ingrained inside of even your own cells. See, when we wear other people's situation stories, that's why we read, right? We read to hear experiences. We read to hear how people handle the situation. So you may not be going through a situation I did right now, but you could be coming up to it. Or you may have already gone through a situation and you're like, wow, I could have handled this a little bit differently. So how can I learn this for the next time? All right, so bear with me, because I'm excited to share this with you guys and to be part of it, because my venture, my journey as becoming an unstoppable mama entrepreneur, I like to call it. Actually, I coined that phrase in about 2010 because of the way the lifestyle that we wanted to live. But 2005, guys, right before 2005, I had been a corporate executive for about 10 years with a huge company. And I have gotten my master's degree. I was really just being groomed to be a very high-level corporate executive woman. And what comes with that type of training and that type of mindset isn't always necessarily one of the the most beneficial, I guess, as to thinking about other people and thinking about that you have. Begin to take on these this lifestyle, this way of living, and this way of who you are, and they teach you to be hard. They actually teach you to be hard and even more cold, right, to the world than maybe our hearts as an internal as a mother would want to be. And so here I am. I have my master's degree. I'm going through this, I'm having this corporate position. I'm finding myself hearing women and stories coming from my bosses of women saying, look, I need to do work part-time now because I'm having children, or I can't be there today because my child is sick, or husbands and people getting sick and having cancer and having to take care of their parents. And I'm watching my mentor having to be very cold. And I remember her saying to me, sometimes, Rhonda, people say stuff just to get what they want. So you've got to be really aware of how you handle the people situations. And most of the time, you have to always, not most of the time, always think of the company first. Because if you allow people one little inch, they're going to keep taking more. They're going to keep taking more. So you have to maintain the values of our company in order to keep the highest peak performance of these people. So I want you to think about that. This is coming from a huge corporate company who is bringing lives and women and families and husbands and dads and grandparents all together to help make money. So the company started to become so only focused on what they wanted, their bottom line, what they could get for their investors and their stakeholders, that the human beings didn't matter anymore. And I one day saw, it was the last straw that I couldn't even imagine taking any longer. I saw a very good friend of mine come into a meeting, and we met up every morning. In the mornings, I would drive an hour in traffic every single day. Are you guys hearing me okay? Make sure if you guys are hearing me, I just want to give a heads up. Yeah? Okay, so make sure I'm clear. And I would drive an hour in traffic each day to go to my very first meeting. And so for Mondays, it was quite early. And I go in, and my boss is getting ready to start the meeting, and we already start, getting some things done. And I see a woman sneak in the back of the room. Now, if any of you guys have ever experienced this before, I want you to kind of get really present, because if you're working a job right now, or if you're possibly already taking your children to daycare, I'm not judging you. I'm just sharing with you what the values are that I have, that I was willing to do whatever it took to never feel like that woman felt to this day. She walks into the room, she swiggles into the back because she's 10 and 15 minutes late. My boss, Jane, stops in the middle of the meeting and says, "You are 15 minutes late." And she's like, I could see it in you, I could feel it in her voice, because she was crumbled at that moment. She could tell that she was so weak. And she said, "I'm really sorry, it will never happen again." She's like, "No, it will never happen again, because if it does happen again, you are never going to be having this job again. You'll never have to make it to a 7 a.m. meeting because you're not going to have a job." And she said, "I have a new baby, and the baby was 6 weeks old. And I had to drop her off for the very first day at daycare today. And I'm sorry, but it was a little bit difficult for me to do that, and I had to drive a long way, and I cried the whole way here." And because of what Jane was learned from her past mentor, her cold face just said, "Don't let it happen again." Now, if any of you are taking your kids to daycare now, or if any of you are here because you're big why, and I know that all of these women talk about their whys, and most of them are probably their children, because they're all MumFreedomPreneurs. And if any of you have ever been in that space or put yourself in that space of how that woman felt that day, you'll know exactly why I immediately made a big shift in my life. I had the biggest hole in my stomach, biggest pit in my stomach, just thinking that if I had to be that woman, see, I was grooming to be Jane, that if I had to actually be like her and sell myself, sell my soul really to the devil, that I had to make a change. There's a saying in a song that I love so much: "What profit a man to change his life, to lose his soul?" Right? What is a profit of man? So what is it, Brian? How does it go? I want to make sure I say it right. What profits a man to change his life, to give away his life, or to give away his soul? Well, I'll get you the exact statement because it's so powerful. Because what does it profit us, right, to give away our soul instead of living really truly who we need to be? And I felt like I was getting ready to give away my soul at that time. So I made an immediate shift in my life. And this is when I started looking for our industry. And I, being this corporate executive woman, was like, there is no way this working online stuff. First off, I'm going to get all of it right on the table right now. I thought it was all a scam. I thought everyone was trying to screw us all over, right? Trying to take our last dime. I thought all this hype, and a lot of it used to be hype. And what we teach now is attraction marketing. It's lifestyle marketing. It's helping people just really want to learn who you are first. But back then, it was about just, hey, let me help you how to make some money. Let me show you how to make a lot of money. Let me show you how to make a lot of money on the line. So here I was thinking that this is all a big scam. But I was interested, and I found one website that changed my whole world, and it was just a woman giving a video about, it actually wasn't even a video, it was her on an audio with a picture of her and her children. Her name is Denise Como. You can find her on my page. She was my sponsor. And she was talking about how she has children, and she was a waitress of 4 kids, and they barely were making ends meet, and now her 4 children get to see her every day because she can work from home. She found a system that works. She found a community that works, and if you'd like to find out more, check with me. That was it. It was one of the worst web pages I've ever seen, and here I am looking for all this fancy bells and whistles, but the one that changed my life was the one that was real. I contacted Denise. I said, Denise, what's this all about? I went through it. At that time, we had to call everyone, which we don't have to do that anymore, which is great. So if you're considering, should I do this thing, do I have to call everyone? Not really, because our system works. You don't have to call everyone. The system does the work for you. But I called her, and she showed me and sent me over to this information about a business. And for the very first time, I realized that there are business models that are actually out there that do have integrity. They're heart-centered. They're life-based, and they're all about changing lives and transformation. And that's where my story really began in this industry. And I jumped in immediately. In fact, I used to sell what they call high ticket. So it cost me $24,700 to invest in my very first business. Now, most of you guys are like, oh my gosh, that sounds ridiculous. And when we speak with people that invest in what we do, we're like, look, yeah, make sure you have at least $5,000 to invest in yourself for your education, to own the business properly, right, to be totally ready to go. And some people balk at $5,000, right? I'm like, I put 24 grand in because, see, I was willing to not ever have to be like Jane, to not ever be in a position that woman was in where she gave up her soul that day for profit. She gave up her soul. She gave up her connection to her child that day for money. Now, love doesn't pay the bills, and I know that. But what pays the bills is you taking a look inside of yourself and making a huge decision. And so that $24,900 or $700 to me was, I got to find a way to figure this thing out, to get the money together so that I can be home with the child that I didn't even have yet. I didn't even have my daughter yet. She was just a twinkle in our eye. So I had the time to prepare for something. And so when it looks like when you're in these stages, what I'm going to share with you guys after I tell my story is really, I feel that the 8 stages, what you're going to go through or you're already in, to help you identify where you're at and where you can go so that you can do this, so that you can crack this thing down and you can make it happen for your life and you can make it happen for your family. So that day I cracked down $2,400, $700. I extended 3 credit cards. I don't recommend everyone doing all this. This is what I did, right? And my results are not typical because I will never say that I'm typical. I will always do something completely different out of the box just to make my family's life better and to make me feel more alive, right? Because when we get stuck, we're not alive anymore. So I was willing to do whatever it took. And so I stretched 3 credit cards. I told this lady, Denise, listen, I'm going to do this thing. Show me what to do. Unfortunately, Denise didn't really know what to do because she was more in the building phase than in the teaching phase. So I just started looking for teachers. I wanted Denise to be my sponsor, but she wasn't at the phase necessarily that I needed yet at the teaching phase. So I started with people around me like you guys have done. You build a foundation of other people. You learn from other people. You go on hangouts like Dee Varengia was last week. You come to these every week because this is when you start to learn from other mentors. And that's what I did. I just plugged away, knew nothing about it. First 3 months, absolutely zero sales, knew nothing about marketing, only was emailing. Yes, I had a corporate background because that's why I could talk a little bit better than others, but it really didn't matter because until I became authentic, until I became real, until I really started to share my real authentic self and my real true authentic story, nobody bought from me. No one bought a dime from me, nothing from me. Over 3 months, finally I went to an event, which I want to encourage every one of you guys, if you're not coming to Nashville for the Empower Network event, do whatever it takes to get there. Even if you have to drive, take a boat, take a truck, take a bus, just get there. And then for those of you that are in a different position in your business and in your life, you're ready to make a bigger change, I want you to come to our Unstoppable Masterminds because they are that powerful. But I was willing to get an event. I got to that event, and I saw other people just like mothers like you and me, and I went, oh my gosh, this thing's real. I can do this. I saw a lady tell her story that was so heart-centered and so real that I learned to tell mine. I wasn't afraid. I wasn't so ego-based anymore that I started to really tell my story, and I started to become very vulnerable. See, because the moment that I made that decision to never give up and to do whatever it took, I believed it. And then 3 years into us building a great business, connecting with amazing people, making great money, we found out that we were losing everything that we had. Because we invested, we had a lot of green, cash that was coming in on a daily basis, and we just got really excited about investing in a golf course, helping our families, retire. And so we put our name on everything. 22 homes had our name on it. A golf course had our name on it. And we were about $20-some million. Our name was about $20-some million on a bunch of notes. We had our own $2 million home. We drove Mercedes. We drove Escalades. We, had what most people would say the ultimate lifestyle. Even after losing, leaving the jobs, now creating this unbelievable lifestyle with this online business. And sure enough, Hanalei is a year old, and we find out from our banks that they're coming after us, and we've lost it all. So I'm sitting in my living room, just like I am now. I'm sitting, like Indy style. So I'm allowed to wear pajama shorts, which is the coolest thing. When I sit here doing these hangouts in the morning, and I was sitting in the hallway, and I'm just devastated. Devastated because we found out that we had lost everything that we had. I have a new baby. I just painted these beautiful angels on her wall of her room. And I'm sitting in her room looking at it, holding her. What are we going to do? How am I going to teach people how to make money? We're losing everything we've got. Our egos were busted. Our friends kept saying, I told you so. I told you so. Go back and get those jobs again. And I was devastated. I'm crying. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to go back and get a job. Hanalei's going to go into daycare. And then something got sparked inside of me, and I was like, no, it's not going to happen. I'm not going to let this happen. I am not going to put and change what I told my daughter, that I promised her, that vow that I promised her. I am not going to let her down. Do you know what I did? I pulled myself up. I put my heart back to where it should be. And I said, you can do this. You can do this. You have a support of people. You've got an incredible group that you already know. You can trust. You just got to start hustling a little bit harder. I had no money for marketing at the time. So if you're starting saying you've got so much money for marketing, we had no more money for marketing. So I'm going to tell you exactly what we did and exactly how we did it. So that if you're in that position right now, or you just went through it, or you're feeling like this is scary, I want you to know you have everything it does take to make it through something hard. God does not put us in a spot to make us where we can't get through it. And so the people that say, wow, when I get stuck in hard situations and it's so hard, why, Lord? Why did you put me into this? Why am I in this? Because he knows you can make it through it. Ladies, we are powerful. I say I'm Wonder Woman because I know when I say that, Wonder Woman can get it through anything. So start wearing coats of arms that makes you know you can make it through anything. So I had to get really busy. And I had to get, hi, sweetie pie. I'm telling our story right now. You want to listen? And Hanalei knows this story. And she's your Supergirl, huh? Yep, she's Supergirl, 9 Wonder Woman. We kind of resemble Supergirl and Wonder Woman. Supergirl's blonde and Wonder Woman's dark haired. You guys are going to meet Hanalei, by the way, in Nashville. She's going to Nashville. She's so excited. She'll be at the mastermind with my parents. But I got really busy. So what I started to do is video. That was the first time that YouTube wasn't really out yet. It just actually started coming out right after I started the industry. But I got our heart centered, and I started using video. And I started shooting video every day, and I talked about my values every day, and I talked about the things that I loved. I created a video series, and it was how to live an amazing life. It was our first to living an amazing life, because at that time is when we decided to start traveling. Right after the losses. So Sarita, when you asked when something horrible happens and you turn it into something amazing, we had to make that decision right then and there that we were going to do it. And so we started with $23,000 to our name, a vision, and a dream, and that's when we started our traveling journey. And we never looked back again. So that $23,000 that I invested in, or $24,000 I invested in, had been lost about 3 years later with everything, right? We invested in another company, same thing, another $23,000, lost that because that company closed down during our travels. Then we invested again into Empower Network. Actually, before the Empower Network, we actually put an investment because I was building my own company, creating my own products, and partners we had stole everything, our trademark, our name, all of our content. So, wow, this stuff keeps happening to us. But look how quickly we can get through it if we stay focused on what we want. So that's how we started over, and we really started, we just got very focused. I want all of you to look at yourself and say, hey, honey, can you bring me the charger? I'm running out of battery out here. I don't want to move from the terrace. That's the coolest part about having a husband that you work with. What's up? The long one? Okay. I'm going to have to walk in, if you guys don't mind. I'm going to walk into our little office here over the sea. How are we doing, ladies? And can I do a quick temperature check with you girls? How are we coming through? Are we good?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Are you guys, you following me? Am I staying on the roll that you guys were looking for?
Absolutely.
All right, good.
Yeah, absolutely. I love what you were just talking about in terms of that. Keeping going right through it, the perspective that you had as it was going bad, that powerful perspective that you knew you were like moving right. You didn't let it tumble you. You didn't let it tumble you down.
Yeah, and it's powerful. You know, it takes you to a different space, and when you truly do have a meaning and a why, those things they're not as important anymore. And the details, especially with new people, and I'm gonna cover some things that will help you guys get really focused and allow you to maybe identify where you may be. But I share that story, ladies, because especially for the all the mothers in the line, it does get tough, and it does get scary, and it can be easier to, and I'm not going to say this because I'm a feminist, but it's easy to rely on a man that might have a job. You know, it is sometimes. Hey, my man's got this. This is getting too hard. I'm just gonna lay back a little bit, and I'm gonna take care of my babies. Okay, so what was your dream when you started? Why did you do it? You know, and we've got other second incomes. You know, I had no plan B. I retired my husband from his job, and I had no plan B. So it gets easy sometimes if we have if you have a husband and we just decide, oh, we got money in the bank. What happened to that vision and that why and that dream that you had and why you started this? And see, that's something as women, if we're going to be raising powerful young women that are so confident with who they are, that they've got everything it takes, and they don't need a job, or they don't need a boss, or they don't need necessarily a husband to make them who they are. See, that's the women and the babies that I'm looking to raise into this world. Ones that know that they need their men, they need their husbands, because they add to their life. And when they start detaching from their life and detracting from their life, you can still be that powerful woman. You are that person. See, to me, women, that is what is going to change our world. That's what's going to change how women become, and we create massive companies of life transformation, ways for women to have new jobs if they're businesses if they're businesses. Guys, this is what our kids are going to do. if we can do it on our own. And so, well, why don't I shift gears, and I want to go through some things, especially because most people here are either working already with all of these women. You might be in our tribe, or you might be making a decision, like, can I do this? Can I work like this? Can I do what these ladies are doing? Well, I'm not going to answer that for you, because I want you right now to take just 10 seconds, take a deep breath, and ask myself, can I do it? You know, can I do this? Second question is, am I willing to do this? And the third is, when the going gets tough, will I stay with it? Those are the only three questions you actually need to ask yourself, because the proof is all around you. You don't need any more proof if this thing is real. The lives and the transformation is already happened, and it's already happening right now, so you don't have to look for that. You don't have to look for the right people, because you have a panel of amazing women right now that have already done it, that are here to assist you. So the three questions are really, can I do it? Will I do it? And when the going gets tough, will I stick it out? The only three things that you need to be totally transparent, ladies, because if you can answer yes to all three, then you can do what every single one of these women have done. And it has gotten really hard for all of them, I will guarantee it. But every one of them are here today because they made it through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys two philosophies, family philosophies that we live for, that I think that can assist you guys and really help you take hopefully our journey together and bring it into your life and transformation, and assist you, and maybe take these two philosophies into your family, because I think it's really fun and you'll love them. And then I'm going to give you my 8 phases that you'll go through if you haven't started yet, because I want to prepare you. We don't hide anything. It's total transformation and total transparency. And then I will wish you all on your way so that we can jump on our boat and move up to our new house. You guys can see all the new pictures. Okay, so sample philosophy number 1 is we live our philosophy that our family is a 3-legged table. And I know something might sound odd, but if you consider the look of a 3-legged table, right, it's like a triangle. I'm losing my voice, by the way. My girlfriend had her 41st birthday party, and we were screaming and hooting and hollering all weekend. Dancing was so fun. Okay, so here's the basic triangle, right? Think of a triangle, a table with 3 legs on it. Well, a 4-legged table can have 1 leg that's off, and it can actually wiggle, it can wobble, but it doesn't really fall down. You know, it's got those, you put sugar packs underneath it, right? So my granny always does, put a sugar pack underneath the leg. Well, on a 3-legged table, you can't do that, because if the front leg's off, it falls flat in its face. So our family, because there's 3 of us, but you can use your 3 legs however you want. If one of us are off, we remind each other that you're off, because if Hannah lays off, especially when we've been traveling, if she's off and she's crying and freaking out at an airport, or she's got to do this, or something happens, or Brian's having a bad day and the surf's crap and he's upset at me, or if I'm having an intense day and I'm losing it, we all remind ourselves, hey, your leg of the table's off. Your leg's off. See, because everything that we do trickles into everyone. It's a butterfly effect. I affect everyone. My emotions, my energy, who I'm being affects everyone, and including everyone around me, right? So in my family, if we're off, we remind each other, don't we, Hanalei? Your legs of the table, have you ever had your leg of the table off? Come here and share with everyone real quickly what we do when the legs are off. A lot of times. So what happens? What do we do about it?
Well,
you just remind each other to get straight, and what happens? You just look at yourself and you focus, take a deep breath, maybe take some time away from yourself. Hanalei made this.
no, I didn't make it. I bought it.
Okay, well, you brought it on market day. So we use the three-legged table philosophy. That works, huh? It's a good reminder, isn't it? It's a good reminder to for anyone. Okay, that's all right, Turkey. To always keep your legs on. So that's a great philosophy, and you can use it for anything. I actually use it in my marketing. If my web pages are good, my email, my back end, my email is good, and my marketing's great. I got a rock and roll combination. My 3-legged table for my business runs. It's just having a good lead capture page, having some marketing going to it. right? And having great back-end emailing. Back-end emailing sells it all, usually. You get them in the door with a lead capture page, and you keep them in the door with a good story and with good marketing, right? But your back-end is what keeps them there. So I also use that as my three-legged marketing philosophy. Okay, so my next one is live your life as a movie. Live your life as it's a movie. I'm in your movie right now. Did you know that? So I made sure before when I came to your movie, all of your movie, I'm like, wow, I get to be in all these people's movies today. I get to share with you something that I've learned, give it to you. So any person that I meet, I'm in their movie. I've got to be my very, very best I can possibly be because I'm in their movie. Why be a crappy character in somebody's movie? They won't have you back, right? I want to always be the character that people remember, that I leave an impact with, because it's your movie. I'm in it right now. So live your life as a movie, because I want you to be the best in my movie. I want to see somebody that's having the best day of their life, or even the worst day of their life, but they come up and they make an impact on me, and then I give them a little more juice, changes their life. You live your life movie, guys. Wow. It makes it so much more fun, interesting. You become a better person. Your shoulders go up higher, right? Because the people that we work with are changing their life. Your email that says quit, you just entered their movie. They entered into yours. You know, they're part of your, let's say, your commission profit structure for that day. Wow! When you're doing your happy dance and you made a $3,000 commission because you can with us, that's what we all do because we all go black. That's just how we do it. We run our businesses strong like real businesses. So you make $3,000 commissions. Again, not typical, but truly typical here most of the time. Ask Sarita every day. Sarita's almost getting a new $3,000 commission, right? It's possible. So live your life like a movie and have a blast with it, all right? So those are my two philosophies you can use with everything. In fact, I'm going to probably be talking about that on stage in Nashville. They asked me to pick some of my favorites, and I think my movie last time I shared my Happy Bucket story, how splashing happiness around the world with people around the world is something I learned, and my daughter also implements into her day. They're all We have a bucket challenge that we've been doing, and now we're encouraging others to start doing videos. Okay, so those are my two philosophies, ladies, and then because we're 5 minutes to, and I am the most integrity with time, I never like to go over unless I get permission, but that's part of my structured self. But here's my 8 phases that you could be going through. And I always, oh, by the way, I have our Unstoppable Mastermind journal that everyone gets when they come to the Unstoppable Mastermind. So here they are, and many of you guys may be in these phases. So I want you to look at yourself as to where you are currently right now, and maybe you've got some teammates that might be in certain spots. Because what it'll do, it's going to help you to be a really great leader, guys, is when you recognize the phases each of your new associates or your new members are in, you'll understand where they are and you'll help point them in the right direction. See, I'm a very connected style leader, but I also don't handhold anyone, because I feel that when we handhold, we really don't do them a service. We disservice people by handholding them. That is why I've taken probably 75 of my own personal hours, myself only, and put together what we call the Freedompreneur Academy that I created for our tribe so that the resources were at your fingertips. Because we've got great resources all around, and it can always get better. And I always take our tribe leaders their advice on adding more to it. But when you create systems, you have great systems, then your members feel like you're in front of them all the time. You don't have to do those hand-holding videos anymore. You have all the work done for you, and that's why iPass, I was a massive part of the growth of iPass and what's going on in iPass, because I've done it before and I know how it works, so that now you guys have all the help that you need. So I never handhold anyone. I point them in the right direction, and until you do the step I tell you, you don't get another step from me. Same thing with my husband. You don't get to move forward. If we ask you to do something and you don't do it, just expect to sit there, okay? Because you can't get all 5 steps from Donald Trump or become a multi-billionaire if you're only willing to do 2 of those steps, okay? So here's some of the phases. All right, first one is, it's called like the jumping off the cliff phase, right? Jumping off naked phase. You are completely jumping off naked. you are scared to death, you're super excited, but you just jump off, right? And that's where many of you guys are. You clicked that first button to get the trial and to get started, and you know it's easy because it's an easy to chew on $7, but you're like, wow, let's go for this thing, right? You're jumping off the cliff naked, and you're excited, and you're going to get a lot of people like that that are coming in and they get excited. Then it goes into the buyer's remorse phase. You know, maybe after a week, maybe after 14 days, maybe after a month, you're like, why did I do this? This is really hard. There's too much work. I'm overwhelmed. I can't do this. My husband's telling me that I can't do this. My friends are telling me that I'm an idiot. My friends are telling me it's a scam. My internal clock is saying, yes, do it, but I don't want to do it because it's too hard to do it. I'm going to go. I need a refund, or I want to do this, right? You're probably there. Many of you guys are there. I've been there actually several times, oddly enough, so you'll be there several times, so you'll get through it, because I shared with you earlier how to get through it, how to push through, wear your coat of arms as a superwoman, and make yourself back to your why and why you can get through it, and use these ladies. So number 3, after buyer's remorse is, then you go into action step phase. Taking action, that's your 3rd phase. And that's the phase where you actually get comfortable enough because you feel like you know these people enough. You've done enough, let's say blog posts, you know, slowly, you're starting to put blog posts together. You're starting to kind of connect some dots. You've done the technical stuff. You came to the fast start call that Todd, our tribe's right-hand man, hosts for you guys because he loves you and because he's connected to our tribe. We do that for your benefit to help you guys get set up. And now you're taking steps. You're more confident, right? You're starting to build. You are learning a little bit more skills than you probably ever thought you would before, and you start to see that you can do this. Probably most of you guys, if you're brand new, you're probably in that phase right now. Your first step phase, that action step phase that you're like, okay, today's the day I'm going to write my first blog post. And you put it up in our Facebook group, and you get 25 people and 30 people that like it and go, oh my God, that was awesome, you can do it again. See, leaders, and all you women here are leaders, those are the phases you need to understand. Those are the phases that will help build your tribe so that they believe in themselves. Building a tribe and using and understanding these phases, this is when you see the duplication, because if you want to duplicate, you have to understand these phases and how to get these people through these phases without holding their hands. Okay? You girls still with me? Jumping off the cliff naked, buyer's remorse, the freak out phase, then you're in the action step phase, all right? 4th is now you're building. Now this is your building phase. You're less confused. You've already started writing blog posts. You've already started writing emails, your own autoresponder emails, because many of you guys just start off, you start to use iPass right away emails or ones that were given to you by our tribe. We have some ones that we give to our Black members. But then you really start writing your own back-end emails, because back-end emails are very important. They connect your audience. They make your audience know that you are real, and they also really connect them to wanting to move forward. Because most people, guys, don't go the first time. They opt into your lead capture page, and then it takes maybe even 5 to even 7 sometimes for them to see your emails, to know you're real, and to actually take action. So your back-end is your most important. So know that if they don't buy right away, that all is not lost, okay? But the building phase is where you start to add new people to your team, right? This is when you are the most selfish phase. This is the time where you feel as a leader that you need to be more giving, but you're actually most selfish. Let me explain why you're the most selfish. Because this is when you're building. You are not ready, nor do you have the qualifications yet to really, really mentor someone. Unless you're making a minimum 10,000 days, 30,000, I say 10 grand, you start making 10 grand, you're really starting to teach someone. I'll share with you when that teaching phase comes in, but right now is when you're the most selfish. This is when you point people in the direction. You're like a glorified tour guide because you just got paid, let's say that $3,000 commission, but you're just a really good tour guide. Because there's everything they need, you just need to show them where to go. You have every single resource for that new person, but if you don't know to show them where to go, now you're doing a disservice. So you get them started. We have a tribe process that we set people through. You walk them through that process. You send them to the fast start call to get their stuff set up. You send them into iPass. You tell them to follow the instructions. You tell them to start blogging. Tell them to start learning how to do your back-end emails. We've got so much training on this stuff, guys. It'll make you go blue. You don't allow your people to send you 1,000 Facebook messages, and if you're doing that right now with your mentor, have respect for them. Stop. They're busy building. They're going to point you in the right direction. Use the tribe. We have hundreds of people in our Unstoppable Tribes group for a reason, because they're all there, because every one of them are in phase 4. They're building phase, but they're also willing to answer a quick question for you. But guess what? You not only get your mentor in there, who's in building phase probably too, maybe doesn't have the time or doesn't even have the answer that you need. You've got 600 people in there, but you have 22 of our top tribe leaders that are willing to answer that question. 22! Not just me, not just your sponsor, 22 of our top tribe members that have made nothing but under, most of them 100,000, 50,000, and 25,000. So none of them are allowed to be under 25,000 and answer questions. You guys get this? This is how powerful our tribe is, and why those of you looking to join, it's like, dang it, I got more than I even thought I had, right? Okay, so 4, that's your selfish phase, building phase. Pointing them in the right direction, pointing them in the right direction. Number 5 is now you're adding to your education. This is when you're doing more mental real estate, internal real estate. You're buying courses. You're attending other hangouts, right? Even maybe out of the industry, because you're gaining more knowledge. You're adding new marketing skills, new techniques. I just flew back to the United States after being in Las Vegas for 2 weeks, away from my daughter, came back to this island 8 days, took a flight all the way to San Diego for 7 days so I could increase my mental, my knowledge, my new real estate. For you guys, for my people. I invested in me so that you guys can benefit, right? Then I stayed an extra week in Panama City with my business partner, Jabril, who you guys all know, so we could launch this incredible product that our tribe put together in Orlando. See, that number 5 phase, I'm in there right now. I'm in there. I'll go through phases 1 through 3, 4, and 5, even in my new journeys. Okay? So I'm in phase 5 right now, adding to your personal real estate. Number 6 is your teaching phase. This is when you're really starting to teach things. Now, I don't do hangouts really, because Sarita, that was one of her best things that she did. She shared her vision. She shared a little bit about what she knew. She was really sharing her why and her vision. When I say step number 6, guys, is the teaching phase, it's the time when you guys can really then get on tribe calls, because we bring our top leaders and the people that are having results on. When you guys learn something, start teaching it. We call it learn, do, teach in our tribe. Learn it, start teaching it to somebody. Even if it's just, get response. Do a live hangout with all of your team, or say, hey, Rhonda, can I do a live hangout for the tribe? I've got something I learned. Walt Nelson's been amazing with this in the tribe lately. Nicole Barham, they learned something. Regina Van Velden, she learned something. She does a little video, shows it, and teaches it. Okay? If you're brand new in the business, you actually can't teach something because you just learned it. But in phase 6, it's really when you go, okay, I've mastered this thing. I'm going to teach you guys. Okay? And then use our team as leverage. We have a huge team. See, because the more people you're in front of, the more leverage you have, because they go, oh my gosh, Fizza just shared this remarkable way to do this in the Unstoppable Tribe. It's so amazing. And now Fizza, all people that they know sees her, opposed to just keeping it inside. We'll do that inside our tribe, but the more tribe members they see it, they'll share it, okay? And make them evergreen, meaning don't put any links or anything in them, right? So that you can actually create something that they can share from our internal tribe out to the world, and you guys get credit for it. Put it on YouTube, right? Put it up in Facebook, share it, get it viral. Because the more you can create something that's evergreen and giving with no links, the more viral it becomes. It just gives you more value in online real estate. Number 7 is this is when you become your mentorship phase. This is when you now can take on being a mentor. When you've now earned minimum, right, of $10,000 a month, and people start really wanting to be mentored. I have mentorship programs that I've done for years. In the last 6 months, I've really stopped mentoring, didn't want to stop doing my mentoring program because I'm rebuilding, doing new things. I opened up the mastermind, right? So now we're doing the Unstoppable Masterminds. That was part of my new phase of my new growth. Right now I'm going to be taking more private coaching clients because I now work 10 years. I've got experience. You'll have that time for yourself in mentorship phase, which is in number 7. Once you start making enough money, then you feel that, you know what, I am valuable enough to start offering some people my coaching and my time. And our time needs to be valuable. That's one thing that I've recently learned is that I devalued a lot of my time because of the masterminds. I always want to make them so highly valued and underpriced for our tribe to all be able to attend that there's times where people don't value as much when they're not really paying enough for it. They get so much value, they don't realize how valuable they are and what they really get when they're inside. See, I value all of you, so when you attend our masterminds, you already invested $3,000-$4,000 into going black, owning your, going all in. So I respect you, right? So you need to make sure that you're also valued in what you do, in your mentorship as well, so that people do value you. And then phase number 8, guys, and I know I'm a little bit over, but I said I'd get to all of these phases, and I hope they were extremely helpful, is really your regrowth phase. This is once now you're rocking it, you're mentoring people, you can't stay there. You've got to start really regrowing. Not like phase 4 or phase 5, which was you're building, phase 5, which is adding to your education. I'm talking your regrowth, your transformation, your you new. You knew you. Like, I've been the Unstoppable Mama, but wait until the new Unstoppable Mama blog comes out, the new Unstoppable Mama stuff comes out. Bam! This is going to be big. My regrowth phase, I've been growing and growing and growing and keeping it under hats because it's so fun. It's my transformation, right? It's like time to really take who Rhonda was and Unstoppable Mama to being Unstoppable Mama for everyone. See, and those 8 phases, guys, are so fun. And I've just going into phase, but also in phase 5 and other areas, right? But you're always going to go through them, but it helps you identify where you are, where your people are. It really helps you stay through that process. And I hope, ladies, that I served you here today. If you'd like, I'm totally open to staying a couple more minutes. Our boat doesn't come until 1. I've got some last-minute packing up to do, but I don't have very much stuff, so I can always do that pretty quickly. Did I serve you guys today? And really inspire you to really take action on yourself. I hope that I did. That was my intention when I opened up my computer to join you guys, and I hope that happened today.
It was amazing. I just wanted to quickly say thank you because, I mean, I've learned so much from you over the year, but this was something totally new and something I really had to hear for myself and to be a better leader for my team and my people. So I really appreciate you sharing this because this was huge, and I've taken so many notes. I've got to, but it's I love the 8 phases and even your 3-legged table and how you do that with your family. It's just amazing. So thank you for once again giving over more value than I was expecting. Because I thought Rhonda's coming on and I've heard it all, but here we go again. No, you're amazing. So thank you so much.
I just want to share one thing, Rhonda. Thank you very much for giving the example of triangular table, and because me, my husband, and my daughter. So thank you very much for reminding me that, and I will give this example to my husband and to my daughter to cooperate with me while I'm doing this thing. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for sharing your 8 phases, and it's really helpful. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Yeah, and thank you for being here. Anybody else? One quick comment? Anybody that we see on the page? Someone jumped out, and if anybody can see, Greta, are you anybody looking on the page? One quick one. Interactive is your chance. Live with Rhonda.
I'll just say while you're looking at that, like, when the going gets tough, will I stick it out? I think that is like, we all go through that. And being in this group with these mums, that's when, we've got each other to fall back on. And that connection has driven me through, because, you know, you go down there and you're like, oh, it's just too hard. What am I doing? You know, but surrounding yourself with the successful people and just having that connection just drives you through, and you know you can do it. You believe in yourself again, and yeah, just another thank you to all the ladies. And Rhonda, the whole thing was beautiful. I just hope I've written everything down, and I'll be checking with everyone. Oh, what did she say here? I missed it. So thank you very much, and I can't wait for Nashville.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
And thank you for the replay. I mean, I'm sitting there listening to just all these light bulbs going off as I'm hearing you go through all of them. And hooray for replay! That's all I can say. Hooray for replay! Go back, because I'm sure there's going to be another level of what you said. It's going to go, wow, I missed that point. So it's very powerful. Thank you so much, and I'm very excited to see you in Nashville as well. Michelle's popping back out here.
Yeah, I just wanted to say there's been a ton of the comments just flooding in. I'm trying to keep up, and it's just they're popping up like crazy. People are just so grateful and have been so inspired. Like as I'm talking to you right now, they just keep rolling in. Thank you so much. Thank you for this amazing content. You are awesome, Rhonda. My kids are throwing a basketball in my kitchen right now, so I hear a little bit of noise. Thank you for being so inspiring. Sonia, Nadia, Donna, Angie, Holly, so many women. Just thanks, Rhonda. Awesome, especially ATM moment getting to Nashville. Thanks, Sarita and Val and everyone else. You guys are incredible. See you in Nashville. Amazaballs. Lots of nuggets. Just so many awesome comments. Women are just been so inspired, and I'm just so happy that you shared that story. Again, for me, hearing that's the story of, you know, you being in that corporate office and with that mom, I can't remember what her name is now, but I'm just, you know, it makes me tear up every single time I hear it. And you know, that's the thing, is just being connected to your why is so important. So when you do have those moments where you just feel like throwing in the towel and giving up, you feel like it's just too hard, you know, I've definitely been there, and I tell you, being a part of this community and being surrounded with these women and, you know, their whys, and, you know, it just takes it to a whole other level, because it, you know, it takes it outside of yourself and makes it about these other women and these other families as well, knowing that my success, and it just helps other people to realize what's possible and that they can do it too. So, you know, my commitment, it runs really, really deep, and that's what, you know, gets me through those moments, is like, if I can't do it for me today, I'm going to do it for Valerie, or I'm going to do it for Gabrielle, or I'm going to do it for, you know, whoever it is. Like, I think about those people and their families and their children, and, you know, it's just, it gets me fired up. So thank you so much, Rhonda. You just have such heart and, oh, the strength. I love, like, strong women. You are just such a powerhouse, and I just, to see women all over the world, I created a post this morning just thinking about you and all you've done. It's just, it's very, very inspiring, and I cannot wait to meet you in Nashville. I'm so excited to be able to be there and meet you in person.
Awesome. I think I received that. I really, truly do. And you know, I talk, I get all pumped up, and I talk powerful, and it's because I feel it so deeply inside that we all have it, and you don't have to be as, you know, strong acting or as, you know, tough. It's like you just have, it's knowing. It's just knowing, and you know, our little girls, I see your little girl right there, they deserve to know that they've got it. They've got all of it. They don't need anything else. Everything else just becomes, you know, accessories. You know, when you know who you are, you've got it. And that's something that I want to instill in Hanalei as well, because they watch us and they see how we handle things. And yeah, certainly, you know, she saw me, I was crying the other day because I had a sad moment, and I'm not usually a big crier, but when I do, it means something. And she's like, Mom, are you okay? And I said, yeah, you know what? I am okay. And then I talked to her and I said, Hanalei, we can do this. We can't allow this situation to change how we feel. We just have to handle it and move forward. And she saw how I walked through that. And if we as powerful women hide, our emotions, and then they get a false sense of what's real. Yeah, I do cry. Things can get hard, and stuff does get scary. Talk about those things and say, but you know what? It's gonna happen all of our life. How can we get through this today? Who can we use to, or how can we make ourselves, get really excited and pumped about it? And then you either write it down or you're like, okay, we can put this aside. And if you communicate with your girls like that or your sons, it's like that's how we're raised, and that's how they that powerful knowing inside, So thank you for the reminder. And and emotions are great. We just have to know as women how to use them too. Some women use them as a clutch, right? And to be more of a victim, right? Than someone that's handling an emotion. And so when we learn how to make that shift, that's how transformation begins. It's also how businesses build so much better too. Businesses build better that way too, because no one wants to work with someone that really is a victim, right? And I see the difference in people. I see when they change. I see when they take it on, women and men, and that's when they transform. So.
Rhonda, I think that one of the things that a lot of people get out of these is, as mothers, we are constantly boosting our children up. We are constantly teaching them that they are capable of overcoming these things. And we sometimes forget that we ourselves are able to do that as well, which is why this is so powerful. Because all the women, you, Sarita, Val, Greta, Gabrielle, Visa, everybody that's here, at one point or another, we've all fallen down a little bit, and we've all been there to push each other back up because we forget to do for ourselves what we do for everybody else. And that's why I think everyone here is so inspiring.
Yeah.
Really well said.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I want to be honoring of your time because I know you wanted to keep so much time. How much time do we have here, Rhonda? Because it's your schedule in the boat.
Yeah, I can take at least 10 more minutes if everyone would like me to do that. That's fine. I'm good. Hanalei and I did pretty well this morning. If there's any questions, I'm very open to sticking around and answering some questions and getting some people excited about the mastermind.
I did have a comment, Rhonda, when you share your story, and I think when everyone shares their story, we when we're in that moment and it feels like it's all about us and what we're going through and what we're learning and trying to get ourselves out of, but you just never know how your story is going to affect other people that you come into contact with your life, and it's not maybe something we're going through for ourselves specifically, but for somebody else that we're going to meet and connect with and cross paths with, that your struggle is going to inspire them. And that's what I think, with our whole group, each other's growth is so different and unique to our own experience and our own why and our own vision, but it's a testimony to other people to continue to not give up. I know for myself, coming into this business, I am friends with Ashan, and I was watching her from the sidelines for about a year, and I felt that burning desire in my heart, and finally I was like, I know it. My heart's telling me this is what I'm supposed to do. And I feel that if I did not seek out this opportunity and just go for it wholeheartedly, I know my heart would regret it. I know I would always regret it. And then you get into this amazing group and learn from each other, and you can relate to different people and where you're at and where they've been and where they're currently at, and see how they've gone through those struggles and overcome those obstacles. And you know that if these amazing people can do it, I can do it too. Anybody can do it. It's that commitment, and it's just being true to yourself and what your heart's telling you, and honoring that and going for it. And so definitely, the story, your experience, the mom, having to drop her child off at daycare, I mean, all of those things, all of those moments that we have and experience, create this story and this testimony for other people. We may never know how we reach them or how we touch them, and change their lives. But, you can know that it will, and it's encouraging to you in that moment that, hey, you know, I'm going through this, but I'm going to use it, I'm going to get out of it, and I'm going to use this story to teach others and encourage them how to get out of it and get to a better place too. So I just think that it's incredible and that we do have this connection and group of people here, and I thank you so much. I'm so excited to meet you in person. And everybody here, I want like a big group hug. I'm a hugger, and I want a big group hug in Nashville because I have gotten to know everybody, you know, here through the internet. But I feel so connected to you all, and I just adore every single one of you. Every single one here on the panel, and even our friends watching, have definitely made an imprint on my heart and my life, and has given me what I needed on days to get to where I feel like I'm at now and continue my growth. So thank you all. I love you, every single one of you.
That's great. Anybody else? Anybody else have anything they want to pop out and say, or do we have any specific questions in the chat? Gret, I know we had a lot of love. That woo! Anything that came up there?
You know what? It's mostly just a whole lot of love that's coming through. I don't really see any specific questions. You know, the latest has been Joan. She said yes. The part when she said when the going gets tough, will you stick it out?
Yeah.
And yeah, Sonia just said that knowing is growing, and yeah, it's just amazing stuff going on and happening in there. Just whole lot of love.
Yeah, I love this. There's so many levels of what you went through here, Rhonda. The thing that just stuck out for me was just when you were talking about how everything had fallen apart, it seemingly fallen apart, and and how you took that and you moved forward with it. It was pulling up that you didn't buy into it. You did not buy into your dream that was saying anything about anything negative. You used it as fuel, and it led you forward. And then I'm going to be going through your 8 phases. It's so powerful as I'm working with people. As you were talking, I'm like, oh yes, and I know that person's over here and that person's over there, and leading people to resources and knowing when to step in, and the whole process of that was just, folks, go back and take notes. That's all I can say. It's very powerful stuff. Sarita, you want to take?
I'm sitting here holding back the tears because I'm just amazed how connected we all are, and we're like on all these different time zones in all different parts of the world, and I just feel so connected to all these ladies here and fellow mums, because we all share the same why, and we all want to be the best role model to our children, and that's one of the reasons why I'm here and why I'm unstoppable, and I'm taking on that name too, because I want to be an unstoppable mama for my children. I want to show them. So when Rhonda when you just said that, it's all about, for me, leaving a legacy and showing my children, not to give up, not to be a victim, it's okay to show your feelings, but not to be a victim, to share your feelings, and life is all about, we're not robots, and it's beautiful to be connected to your heart, but then move through it and be unstoppable, and you can take on anything, and it doesn't matter if you're feeling sad right now, because that's just part of the wave, and I just love how we women here are able to share and have that connection around the world online, and just so excited for what the future holds, because this is so powerful, and there are a lot of women that need us, that need to hear us, and if you're one of these women that is listening right now and you feel isolated, especially mums feel often very isolated, lock arms with us, because we're here to, wrap our arms around you from all places of the world, and this is really powerful, and I've been through some difficulties lately, but if I hadn't had my mums from all around the world, these MumFreedomPreneurs with me, I think it would have been a lot harder, and just knowing that I've got this connection with you ladies, and and you're also powerful. It just gives me, I'm just so excited and moved that I'm part of this, and I just want to thank you all, and I want to thank Rhonda for giving us her time, and I know her time is very precious, and you know, you're such a powerful and inspiring woman, and you continuously keep amazing me with your, you know, you can see that you continuously work on yourself, and you're not, you know, you don't just, oh, you know, successful and you just whatever. You can truly see that you're continuously working on yourself to become better for us, and it's just amazing and inspiring. So I'm so grateful to be part of your tribe.
Yes. Well,
and I can't wait for Nashville.
Yeah, me either. It's so great. I mean, I live for the live events, and I live for them. And you know, this next mastermind that we're putting on together is going to be really amazing. Sarita's obviously one of our speakers. She's you know, bypassed the 100K mark, which is amazing. You know, amazing feat in itself, especially, you know, 2 young babies and really doing it on her own. And you know, that's not easy to do. So definitely. Give Sarita a lot of credit for doing that, and all of you are amazing. I mean, I'm so excited to see you guys. Yeah, we've got a lot of fun things in store for Nashville. You know, a lot of, you know, learning foundation basic stuff that everyone just deserves to learn and understand. And then it's the connections. You know, the connection we get from really. I started to go to events. It wasn't always all the information because I usually couldn't take it all back with me. It took me a while to figure it out. It was the connections, the people. So I am, yeah, more than excited. Again, if you guys are on our tribe or on one of these ladies' teams, you do have an opportunity to join us at our Unstoppable Mastermind. It's April 20th to the 23rd in Nashville, and I think we've got about 6 spots open. April 1st, the prices go up to $14.97. So right now you'll be able to get it still at the discount rate.
Oh.
And yeah, so we are, yeah. So we're super excited. We're gonna get finished packing up our stuff, aren't we? Yeah. And yeah.
Oh.
Okay, we can do it right now. Ready? So what we want to say, she wanted to make sure that she knew at the end so that we can close out like we always do, right, Hanalei?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we love you guys. We'll see you in Nashville, and
Be unstoppable!
Woo!